Wait.
Yeah.
One, two, three, go.
Hello, guys. Welcome to my podcast show again. Inside DMU Anxiety. We're going to talk about anxiety again. This one's anxiety part two. Zay and Ali, you're very introduce yourself to my audience. So what I say. We're going to expand here on this topic, anxiety. So I'll move to Ali now. Ali, could you expand your story more because I would like to dive deeper to this anxiety. Please, can you tell us?
Yeah, so with the anxiety, because it started several years ago for me, so around 2011, and when I first had my panic attack, it was sort of basically due to a few things that I shouldn't be doing, and it was sort of drug related. And what happened was I had a panic attack after I used, so it was cannabis. And then I started to sweat. I started to feel as if though, I was about to pass out. And then what happened after that was a panic attack came on. And at that time, I didn't know what panic was at all.
You didn't know.
I had no idea.
Yeah, okay.
And it sort of felt as if what I was thinking was about to become true. So the fear of passing out and essentially something worse happening as well. And then I sort of fainted, and once I got back up after a few seconds or so, I felt disconnected from the world itself, disconnected from my body. Everything was strange, and my heart was beating non-stop. And then after a few minutes, around half an hour or so, I tried to walk it off. It didn't help. And then since that day, the panic was persistent for a good 2, 3 years after that. And I did a bit of research, and that's when I found out what I had was a panic disorder at the time.
Okay. You're saying that when this all happened, it was like very new and strange to you. Oh, I see. It's not really good when something that you haven't felt before, you've never had before, becomes a new thing to you. So when all this happened, what things did you start seeing? What effects did it gradually take all over to your body? What did it really do day by day? What did it avoid you doing? Did it stop you from having friends? Can you explain to us?
Yeah, so when I explained it to my friends, everything that I was going through, they sort of joked around, like they couldn't relate at all. So at the time, I felt alienated, and due to that fact, I couldn't sort of bond with my friends anymore, and just being around them sort of gave me anxiety and panic. And then what happened was the nights and the mornings and the days that came after was just sort of just complete darkness for me. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I lost weight. I was stressing about something that I had no idea what it is, but I could feel it.
So you're saying this didn't just stop you from mingling or doing your day in day out kind of activities, but it also slowed the rate of your health status.
Yeah, so it got to a point where I was actually hospitalized.
Oh,
Yeah, so I couldn't eat. When you're anxious, your body isn't in the rest and digest mode. You're more in fight or flight. So everything is basically being used for you to get away from a potential like lion or tiger. So I wasn't running away from anything, but because the whole system was on an overdrive at this time, eating was not what my mind and body were ready for. And because of that, I sipped on water. I remember I was throwing up for a while. I was shaking, I lost weight, and I was hospitalized. I was given some IV drips to try and, put health back in me. And after that, I lost more friends. Like, they wouldn't.
so it also stopped you from having friends because they saw it as a weird kind of issue.
Yeah, so it's the classic sort of saying of like sinking the boat. Like nobody wants to be on a boat that's sinking. Like everybody wants to have that friend that's full of life, sort of giving back as much as they're giving as well. But because at the time I was really in need for my dire health, my mental health, they weren't ready to help me either. So it sort of just dissolved.
I see. So what about your family? How did they see this issue? Was it did they feel how did they feel? I don't know. How did they feel to this issue?
Yeah, so when it comes to the family, they sort of didn't know at the beginning because, I was scared to let them know how it all started because, as I said, it was sort of a cannabis use.
Okay.
And if I was to disclose that with them at the time I was younger, there is a misconception of, you're going to be, sent back home and, you're going to be fully sort of go back to your ways because you clearly are in the wrong path here. So I tried to not tell them anything, but it was quite evident something was wrong with me and I made it out as if, I was sick. But then once they really found out the true story, they really said that you should have told us so we could have helped you at least.
Okay, so what were you afraid of when before you didn't tell it? What were you afraid that would happen? Or is it that you were afraid that your parents might avoid you like your friends did?
Yeah, I was avoiding being sent back home and going through, the sort of the old-fashioned ways of growing up, and them also distancing themselves from me, and all of those things that are not ideal for your typical 16, 17-year-old or something. So I closed off from friends, from family, so I was literally alone in this world full of people, and I knew there were other sufferers out there because when I had a look online, there were people always talking about it on their videos, and it felt like there was a tribe out there, but I was alone until I found people.
I see. But as your family found out, they were happy to help, right? They didn't blame you for your actions.
Yeah, so as time went on, when I went to university, so around 2016-ish, it carried on and I was still having panic attacks, and that time I was hospitalized due to the anxiety. And at that point, I had to let them know, of course, how it all started.
Okay.
And they were more than happy to help me, but very silent to hear the story. And it started to then take grip on my life again, so to the point where I couldn't continue my studies and I was taken out of the course.
Oh, I see. So this also disturbed your education life. Is it what you're saying?
Yeah, it disturbed my education life and it plowed through everything I had worked towards my life and everything that I've ever known. And that's exactly how anxiety works. Like, it makes you fear it itself, and it's just ironic, like it's a fear thing itself. If that makes sense.
This is a really sad thing to hear. Because when I hear people telling me, "Oh, I'm having anxiety, I'm anxious," and this, I sometimes see it as a small issue, but I can't believe that anxiety could ruin someone's life like this. I am really happy that you are here to tell us today that this is not an easy thing to live with. I am really sorry that I won't say lose a lot, but I'm just sorry, man. Very sorry that this happened to you. Some people may not understand how you felt. To them, oh, this person is not good again, let me just leave him. But you have really gone through a lot, haven't you?
I have, yeah. And even right now as I'm sat here, like I could actually feel the anxiety within me, but it's taken so much work and a lot of finance as well to get me all the way here, and hours of discomfort just trying to rewire my thought system, facing my fears. I've been doing exposure for a few months now and a lot of exercises to feel more connected with reality and to just push away panic and anything related to it. But it's very, it's a hard fight, but something that I'll always keep doing until I'm completely done.